Welcome to Music Monday, where we focus on music, meaning, thoughts, and culture. All right. So let's go ahead and hop straight into it. We have a couple songs that were released in Q1 that I want to talk about. Right off the bat, we got Flat Shasta by Ray Vaughn. I really vibe with this song because in the song, he discusses his mother, and his mother has a mental illness. I think she's like schizophrenic, he mentions. And it has a lot of depth, right? Like it's a lot of layers, it's a lot of meaning, it's a lot of storytelling. It's fire. And again, like it's very relatable for me because I deal with that myself and my family, with more than just my mom, right? It's like a whole bunch of other folks that I know that have mental illnesses. So that definitely resonated with me a lot. Song hit me straight in the heart, I ain't gonna lie. And then it covers a lot of bases too when we talk about storytelling, depth, and then his overall performance on the song, dope, right? But yeah, Flat Shasta, bro, I ain't gonna lie. So with Ray Vaughn's Flat Shasta, like once I listened to the entire song, I was like, oh, okay, so Flat Shasta must be a memory or a specific thing that happened to him from his mom. Like maybe the soda was flat and he got his ass whooped or something like that. And I think he even alludes to that towards the end of the song. Like literally the opening verse, mama, you need meds for schizo, but you won't take it. If you lose all your marbles, you ain't gonna have nothing to play with. A black woman crying for help, and I'm trying to save her. The last thing you want to be caught in this world is crazy. Oh, poor baby. I'm just praying your Shasta ain't flat. You already know that probably is a crucial memory for anybody who's dealt with somebody with mental illness over the span of their lives. Everybody got a Flat Shasta as far as mental health issues go. When you listen to this song, like, the Flat Shasta for you, and that's what really like that depth and that connection, because when you listen to it, you know what your Flat Shasta is, right? And then he goes on to talk about he kicked everybody out, all his siblings out by the age of 25, taking pills. Like, man, it's just deep. It's deep. I mean, if you from LA, from wherever, it's just certain small things that like it's crazy how like a lot of folks don't had the same type of childhood or the same type of like young adulthood. But yeah, this song is deep, man. This song is deep. I love it. I really love this song, and I really love the fact that he made this song because it's people like me that it really connect with. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Just family members, the whole nine. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead and move on to the next song. I had to circle back to Port Antonio. I know it dropped last year, but I got it, right? I had to listen to it again and again because he just, song wise, right? He covers storytelling, right? Because in the whole beginning of the song, he tells two stories and then gives his perspective, right? He tell the first half of the song, he talks about his experiences growing up. So we can see that young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow, minimum wage jobs for the narrow, but still my mind was on the zeros, fiend for the perks. I was seen flipping birds. The bar about we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrows is hard because that's a church song, Eye on a Sparrow. You feel me? Bro, that's cold. That's cold. Yeah, but when we get to right here, right? I seen good, I seen bad, had my melanin mocked. I seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I was Mike in red leather trying to tell them to stop. You better beat it for you see the heavy metal get popped. He was a mean ass wing with a hell of a shot. But if no team draft king, he gonna bet on the block. He want a ball till he fall or till the Federals not. And sit his ass on a bitch for moving careless with rock. Whew. You can't relate unless your father was not around and your mother went on and found someone else and then brought them around and they salaries then combined and they married and brought you out of poverty and then move you to that soft little part of town. So when you back in the hood, you feel awkward about it now. Woo! Like, just think about it. Like, I seen lifelong friends turn devilish ops. And then he ain't even talk about ops for him. He talk about ops against each other. He was in Mike in red leather trying to tell him to stop. Like, y'all saw Thriller and then Beat It and listening to the content of them songs. Like, literally, the content of Michael Jackson's song Beat It is literally, bro, like, nigga, like, no, nah, we good. And that's the whole energy of the song if you, like, listen to the lyrics and watch the videos. And so, like, that's hard, bro. Like, that's hard. And then when you talk about the motherfucking beef that he talk about later, and Kendrick and Drake is going back and forth on the motherfucking, they're going back and forth about, oh yeah, I'm Michael Jackson, I'm Prince, but nigga, I'm both Prince and Michael Jackson. That's hard, bro. That's just a hard bar in itself. I was Mike in red leather trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it before you see the heavy metal get popped. So these niggas like, so he get it, right? He get it. And this is what he's saying. And then he goes on to say, like, bro, you almost can't fully see the full picture of how detrimental this is unless you're young, you witness this, but then all of a sudden your family gains some type of economic mobility somehow, which particularly in any type of case is going to be through marriage and relationships, right? Or maybe self-determination. But like you combine them salaries and now you got more economic mobility. Now you move out the hood, but then you go back to the hood and visit because that's just where you from. And then you see, oh, y'all ain't got to do that. There's better ways to handle these problems, right? Man. And then there's so many other ways you can interpret this last part too. When you're back in the hood, you feel awkward about it now and your confidence starts to drown. But the rapping gave you some positive thoughts, and so you jot them down. And that could just mean, okay, like you might not want to jump into that type of life and in that type of behavior. And because you're not in that type of life and behavior, you're going to be perceived as like weak and lame. But then if you hear rappers saying, nigga, you really ain't got to crash out all the time. Now all of a sudden you're thinking different. So, and then like, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but on the second one, the second verse, like, sheesh, I can see the hate in both of your eyes, but the third one is blind. So you search lines, but you struggle, which explains the puzzle look on the dull face as the word finds. I hate what raps become, but like, do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about the dough. They instigate the fuckery because it's profitable, but singing stop the violence tunes when dudes in hospitals. I pulled the plug because I seen where I was about to go. Remember, he's now reminiscing back to the devilish. I seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I pulled the plug because I've seen where that's about to go. They wanted blood. They wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost a battle dog. I would have lost a bro. I would have gained a foe. And then boom. Then he go all the way back. Since the age of 14, Jermaine is no king. If that means I got to dig up dirt and pay the whole team. Rhythm bot niggas. This is sway the whole thing. Fire. That's fire. I'm gonna digress on this. I'm gonna wind down a little bit. Again, I still don't like Drake. You always be my nigga. I hate that part. I ain't gonna lie to you because Drake was talking that shit. Like at a certain point, you still get a little nigga-ish. You feel me? Just you ain't gotta be full, but you gotta be some. But anyways, so I thought that was dope, right? I thought that was super dope. We go to the new Urban Intellects rap scorecard, right? I'm giving that a 10 for storytelling, a 10 for depth, right? A 10 for artistic compression, right? Because the bars was just, it was so much being said. And like the story, even the story would say like three things, right? The story was saying, the whole first verse said two things, right? Bounce factor, you hitting this. So it's a solid 6, 7 bounce factor, right? Verbal charisma, 9. Bar architecture, 10. So that's top tier right there. Not even gonna lie. Look, damn. We're gonna put it on the scorecard. We're gonna leave that alone for now. But yeah. And I know he dropped Clouds, right? Clouds is dope, but Port Antonio is way better. Okay. But that was just crazy. And then we have, let's go ahead and move on. We got YG 2004. That motherfucker shocking. Let's see.
When I was young, I got raped.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Twice my age. Fucked up at the show. Fucked up, yeah, I know. How fucked up could it go? Lips left me like how big he left home. Your bitch lost the life in life. They tell me don't worry. They ask me if I'm okay.
Yo, Buddy is the new fucking Warren G right now, bro. This hook is crazy.
Not even on my worst day.
Come on. Motherfucker, man. Shit. Man, that motherfucker storytelling. I'm gonna get out of 10. Depth. That's like a 6. 7. Artistic compression. 7. Bounce factor. 10. But Buddy on that hook. Oh my God, that shit is fire. Verbal charisma. Oh yeah, YG got that. I'm gonna get out of 10. Bar architecture. It wasn't no intricate rhyme schemes, but it was that shit was hard. I'm gonna get out of 8. Yeah, bro, that was fire. Cool. So, y'all, yeah. As far as that joint goes, that's shocking. But also too, that I grew up in LA, right? South Central LA. Grew up in Watts too, right? That what YG is talking about is not rare. Okay? That's something that happens. YG is not the only dude who has been through that or who has had some type of harassment or molestation. Not even gonna lie to you. And honestly, that's probably like the root of why you got just like a select bunch of dudes out here moving in a way similar to him and talk and like that's a great song. Like, because it's a lot of dudes who's moving like that, right? Because they were molested or raped or whatever you want to call it. It's, again, men and women are different, right? And like, I know a lot of dudes who say, yeah, man, like, they'll describe this to you and they'll think they the coolest dude ever. Like, man, she wanted, man, she did this and that. And, oh my God, I loved it. Talk about how much he loved her. And don't even, like, whole time it's like, you was molested and raped, bro. So it's a lot of people who go through that and who have went through that. And so, yeah, dog, that one right there, I love it because, like, it's something we talk about on the sidebars and we have conversation and real life sidebar conversations, and like just going back and analyzing shit. It's like, wow, okay, that was not, that was inappropriate. You looking at stuff like that, it's okay. And so for him to like talk about it the way he did in that song, I think that was good and important. A lot of people can relate to that, like I said. So yeah, y'all, YG 2004, that's fire. That's a fire joint right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, let's go ahead and move on. So we're gonna move on to Live from Romania by Uncle Murda and Tony Yayo. I love how Uncle Murda jumps in on tracks. Like, he always had that opening line and he just say it with so much conviction. I love that shit. Like, that shit is a fucking, like, that shit speak to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a bar. Bro, got rich off of Get Rich or Die Trying 20 years later. It's crazy. That's a crazy bar right there. Because he signed a G Unit, like, I'm not even sure, but I know it's recent, right? This one's hard. I was on the world tour, felt like a paid attention. Tell him get it back in blood like that nigga precisely said. I'm hot any day I can get indicted by the state. Bro, listen. This joint, bro, so hard. His storytelling is top tier. And the reason, like, there's some aspect of some deep authenticity in his raps. I'm not gonna lie to you. There is some deep authenticity in his raps, bro. I love it. Yeah, like, he always rapping about how he tired of the wrap ups and he gotta forever do them wrap ups because, like, his shit is hard. Like, his music is like warning the young niggas about what's on the horizon if they continue on the BS that they own. And he just talked about how, like, he lucky. If I had to rate Uncle Murda joint, what is it, Live from? If I had to rate bro joint storytelling, that's a 10 for sure. He said some shit in that motherfucker. Depth, I'm gonna give his depth like a 7.5. Artistic compression, I'm gonna give it an 8. Bounce factor, that motherfucker, yeah, and the way he jump on that motherfucker too, I'm gonna give bro an 8. Live from verbal charisma, I'm gonna give bro an 8. No, I'm gonna give him a 9. Bar architecture, I'm gonna give him a 7. Yeah, that was a joint. That was a joint. I ain't gonna lie to you. The next one, Oldest Brother intro, yeah. He jumped right out here. And I like this type of rap because this is just that authentic. Like, it's deeply authentic. I be bragging about all that gangster shit that I did, but what's gangster is me being there for my kids. I'm a better father than mine was. Mine wasn't. Wait, what'd he say? Hold on. They ain't got the lyrics right on here. Hold on. I be rapping, bragging about all that gangster shit that I did, but what's really gangster is me being there for my kids. I'm a better father than mine wasn't there. I remember asking my mother why daddy disappeared. He said, I'm a better than mine wasn't there. I remember asking my mother why daddy disappeared. Man, she ain't had no answer. Then she died from cancer. Then me and my little brothers became a burden on grandma. Growing up in the projects, no father, no mother. I gotta figure this shit out. I'm the oldest brother. Like, just right there. And then he just talking about his whole story. Fire. If I'm gonna rate this joint, storytelling a 10. Depth, I ain't gonna lie, depth like a 9 on that one. Artistic compression, get out of 7. Because it's good. It's great. It's just not like top tier. Bounce factor, you can get out like an 8. Verbal charisma, 9. Bar architecture, 8, fire song. But yeah, y'all, Uncle Murda lived a life, right? This is like top tier street nigga wisdom, right? Uncle Murda embodies that top tier street nigga wisdom, right? If you want that, listen to him. That's what these young niggas need today, for sure. And like the transition and the transformation is like, bro, a lot of y'all niggas just skip all the bullshit and just be great. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, Uncle Murda is like one of my favorite like new rappers, I guess you would say. He been around for a minute, but to me, he knew. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and move on. Oh man. And this is honestly gonna be one of the top verses and songs of the year. I mean, of this quarter. Brain Dead by Busta Rhymes and Symba. Bro, this one? Oh, come on, genius. Like, y'all don't like the real nigga music? Like, y'all, why I gotta get my shit off? Why I gotta get this shit off AZ lyrics, bro? And they don't even be accurate. Busta Rhymes, I ain't gonna lie, like the tape, some Dragon Equinox or something like that, it's solid. I got a couple tracks I like off of it. But this song was crazy, right? Here goes some notable bars, right? He said, while I share this talk from the heart, it was a time and era where it was cool for niggas to be smart, morphed into a time of terror where most of you niggas just want to spark and light a L and smoke on somebody's soul, stain in the dark. I'm smoking on such and such, nigga. What type of gang is that? Niggas misconstruing it as literal. What type of slang is that? Golly, like that, man. This one right here, like speaking directly to this toxic young nigga, not even YN culture, but the op culture, right? This toxic op culture that we have in the black community that needs to die, right? And then Symba hops in, right? Penitentiary chances, record label advances, predatory practice, keeping us from advancing, but put a price on your innocence. Ignorance isn't fashion. Eulogies in your captions. Dying became a passion. Like this one talk about artistic compression. Dying became a passion. Look at the climate of hip hop and rap. Dying became a fucking passion. Death became a passion, right? He's rapping, right? This is what we call rap, right? Where we got the messages, we got the depth, right? The internet converted corporations into a catfish. Exaggerated statuses only validates your capping. IG replaced the OGs. Some of them stag niggas. The examples they set was modified to move us backwards. I'm on the phone with Busta Bus. We chop it up about. Anyways, like IG replaced the OGs. Come on, man. This is crazy rap, bro. And it's just, it's like, man, bro, like this one, if I'm going to be 100, brain dead, storytelling, 10, both verses. Depth, 9. Artistic compression on both of them, 10. Bounce factor, 7. Verbal charisma, 10. Bar architecture, 8. Fire song, y'all. Not gonna lie. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Kaz dropped 2 songs. God's Design, 50%. Both of them deep and introspective stuff that like is just like it got rhymes and meanings and stuff like that. Bro been working on his craft, and I like that. He been working on his craft. I think like personally, I need a little bit more of a storytelling, a little bit more depth, right? I need to connect with it. Enjoy listening to the art of the construction of it. Like his bar architecture there is like a 10. You feel me? But yeah, I fucked with them heavy. I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with Kaz heavy. And he's developing as an artist, right? I think he's either there or almost there. So we gotta see like what else he dropped. So I think this was just like a teaser while he working. Kevin Gates, I'm gonna say like this a real talking hypocrisy check. I love Kevin Gates. And Kevin Gates is the only nigga I know who can pull off being an angel and a devil at the same time. Listening to the album, he dropped I'm Him too, and Mid Depth. When I hear Kevin Gates talk, when I hear him talk in interviews and stuff, he be saying a lot of super deep shit. Like, but at the same time, he do say some ignorant, crazy shit too. And that's just him. And again, he the first guy who can really pull off being an angel and a devil at the same time. The album, it has some good storytelling. He said a lot of great shit about self-empowerment. But then in the same bar and the same song, he say some crazy shit. Manifest is solid. But again, I guess you can call it contradictory or you can call it a balance, right? Because it's like, he talk about committing crimes against the universe, right? but like also rap about crimes again. He raps about committing crimes against the universe, and then in the same breath, like raps about defending those crimes and being above that. So, you know, solid, right where I'm supposed to be, solid song. The best music we can make is transformational and upgrading ourselves. It is what it is. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and move on. So we got Proud of Me by Meek Mill, right? And bro, like I said, this one, you have to have been through some shit to understand the depths of this song, right? Let's jump into it. All right. Like we talk about how relatable this is. There you go, right? I know you proud of me. Look at all the shit I prevailed, the youngest of your seeds, making sure the family eat well. I give them what they need. I vow to always be well. I told Brody change his ways. I'm praying he don't see jail to live another day. I'm praying I won't see hell. Ain't no telling what I do for my family. I just know I mean well. No, you ain't next to me. Like, come on, bro. The youngest of your seeds, like, bro, I'm the youngest. Like, for real. Like, I lost my pops. Like, you know, like this one get real. You feel me? And what he say? Because you know how you get certain sayings in your head? Let me see where's that? Oh yeah. I'm walking around with a smile on my face, but just know I'm hurting inside. Oh yeah, I'm hurting inside. So I buy diamonds on diamonds on diamonds galore. Chain after chain after chain. What's the worth? That just permeated nigga mind. Like that's one of them things that folks say that it stuck with you. You feel me? Yeah, bro. Like that one. And then we get to Meek Mill verse. Let's cut to some of the depth, right? Like just for folks who done lost folks and like you on that grind. Because a lot of times the folks that we lose be the folks we wanted to like give it all to. You know, my pops. You know, when I asked him, what do you want if I become successful? If I become a millionaire, Dad, what you want? I asked my mom. My mom said she didn't want nothing. My dad said, well, shit, your mom don't want nothing. I want the Rolls Royce. He was just laughing and stuff. As I grew up, I'm like, man, I want to give him that. And then he passed. I want to get to a point where that's affordable. That's within the lifestyle. That's within the guise of what I can obtain for him. And man, look at your little boy now. We done turned to kings. Shit turned me to a grown man before I was 17. Come on. Like, and I love how he naming his family members. I did this for Nashima and the whole fam. I got everything, but I just really want to hold hands with my old man on wedding day while we slow dance. But ain't no love. Shot him in his heart and had no chance. So I can't sleep. Somniac. Billy holes out the Pontiac. Swear to God, I traded all these riches to get Howard back. That's my dad. Swear to God, I traded all these foreigns to get Jason back. That's my cousin. I'm hanging out where my daddy lost his life, and I'm aware of that. Come on. So I drive down that street all the time when I'm back in the city. The street that he lost his life on, that he got hit on. You had taught me how to fight, and when he got hit, my dad got hit by a car. Like, it's deep. You feel me? Like, like that's what I'm saying. You have to have been through something. Like, you either got to hit a certain age, or you have to have been through enough to understand, like, where you're coming from. All right. And then the craziest part, I was high, but I ain't stopped. I just bought your mama a spot and went in now. She live in PHA. Can't nobody kick us out. Scared to show up at your grave because I might try to dig it out. Because you know I did this shit for you. That's how like, bro, this is how niggas is rapping this shit. This is how niggas is feeling, bro. Again, I'm relating to this. I did this shit for my dad. He taught me everything I know. So I'm doing it for him because I wanted him to be like, son, you did it. You feel me? Like, man, I'm so proud of you because he would have said it just like that. So, man, Meek Mill made one. I ain't gonna lie. Skipping school, daddy dead, fuck the principal. She think I'm missing screws, but really, I'm just missing you. My homie dad gonna pick us up. I want you to get me too. I was mad I ain't have one. That used to hit me too. Bro, my dad passed when I was 20. And, you know, folks is like, yeah, you know, I'm here for you. You go around people. Even with my wife, like my wife be like, yeah, you know, let me call my dad. You know, like sometimes they may not get along or they might have differences. And I'm like, man, if I get my dad back, I'd never have a difference with him. You feel me? Like, man, bro, folks don't know, man. Folks don't know. Golly. So, yeah, man. And then, so like he in that instance, he just speaking on how like every time it's some dad energy, you always missing that. and that bothers you, and it's gonna bother you for the rest of your life. You just learn how to deal with it and cope with it better. Feel me? And then from there, he's talking about like the other niggas that he lost: Snoop, Nipsey. Yeah, like I said, y'all, I'm giving this one storytelling is a 10. You feel that, because that was a nice verse, but the verse said even more, right? Like that verse is speaking to so much like grief and like pain and just it's so relatable. It's so strong, right? The depth is there. I can feel every emotion. I'm scared to show up to your grave because I might try to dig it. Like when you say that, who has not felt that before for a loved one that they lost? Artistic compression, saying more with less in a poetic way. I get out of 8. It was real direct. Bounce factor, it hit the heart. Like it ain't no dancing song, but it's one of them ones that you can you vibe and you feel it. Like bounce factor, vibe factor, whatever. Verbal charisma, they both slid on that track. That was perfect, right? It sounded like that was meant to be on that. It sounded like that was meant to happen. Bar architecture, give it a 7. It wasn't like super complex bar wise. It was still good though. Give it a 7. So, bro, my God, when you talk about that song, like you have to have been through something. If somebody don't like that song, they don't vibe with that song, like they have not been through enough in life. You feel me? To even be able to relate to it. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Long Story Short by Morray, still a very, very great album. Low key perfect to me. He bodied all of the hooks, right? Every single last hook, bodied. Morray can sing his ass off. Not gonna lie to y'all. He sings his ass off amazingly. And then his rapping is great. Great rapping. Keep rapping, Morray, because I like the rapping. I like the singing, though. The messaging, like, Morray, thank you. The messaging is triumphant, right? He talk about the beginning of his story, the middle of his story, and he talk about the spirit of how he's attacking the issues that he is trying to deal with and the issues he's trying to conquer, right? And he talks about trying to be just like a more healthy, positive, great, better, best version of himself type of human being. And that is the type of music and vibe that we need. This is a very, very positive and I would say healthy album. Okay. This is a extremely healthy body of music to consume and digest, right? This is something that you need to play in your house and like that you need to listen to. Like, this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, fuck all that death, destruction music, right? Those vibrations that creep into your mind, body, and soul and permeate your space. Bro, get on this type of vibe. And it sounds so good too. It sounds better than all that other shit too. The singing is fire. So yeah, it's soulful and just ultra relatable. And then we have Peterson by Tory Lanez. And so what I want to say about Tory Lanez is that, because I ain't going to hate on the music. Like, the music is fire. Like, the album is fire. But what I'm going to say is that Tory and his father, stop saying that Tory's innocent. It's not helping. He got sentenced. It's over with. There's more evidence on the side of he did it, or at least he did something that he wasn't supposed to be doing. I think folks at this point will rather hear Tory Lanez own up to what he did in some type of way, shape, or form, right? Like, I did something. Let the people know, like, stop saying that you're innocent, bro. Like, you're not, at least, like, you're not, I don't think that you're 100% innocent. I'm not sure what the fuck happened because it's still a little cloudy and murky about what happened. But, like, evidence shows that you're guilty of something. So stop saying that you're innocent. But now that we get that out the way, whew, the album is good, right? Everything that he talks about beside like the Megan stuff is actually really good. All right, we talk about like even the prison experiences, right? One-way trip to prison, LA County into the mountains, bunch of niggas on that bus, never got that counseling. Instead, they gangbang, sold dope in broken houses. It started with the parents living poor with broken spouses. Bro, this right here, like, again, this is also, to me, it's a broader conversation about like societal defects, especially even when you live in great nations and great countries and stuff like that. It started off with parents living poor with broken spouses, right? Like, you get with somebody and it's dysfunctional and, you know, it's issues in a relationship. Those issues permeate to the children and the whole entire space, right? I definitely think that is like a whole societal defect he just pointed out, right? Like, a bunch of niggas on the bus never got that counseling, like never had nobody to talk to, never expressed their feelings, never properly processed their feelings, right? And then instead they gang banged, they sold dope in broken houses, right? Like no guidance on that. So that right there, like I love when niggas speak to the real, speak to like real life. And he just talking about his experiences. Song is fire. And his father at the end, oh my God, bro. His father at the end with that prayer. Again, like I said earlier, stop saying that he's innocent. It's clear that he wasn't innocent. Now, do I agree with every single last thing in the case? Agree, disagree? We have a sidebar conversation with it. We line up some stuff. Yeah, but stop saying bro innocent. However, that prayer, and he even talked about like this is more than just Tory Lanez, right? This is for everybody, right? Everybody in the prison system, right? This prison system is fucked up, and you know this jail, prison, incarceration system is not working. It's fucked up, like you know, and it's bigger than Tory. And I appreciated that. I think Tory can have a real strong, compelling message to the young dudes out here, and I think he can really be a beacon for positivity if he decides to wield that sword in a way that it's supposed to be used. Yeah, his album is very good too, though. Still very solid. We got some Wale. We got Blanco by Wale. Solid project, solid song. Hopefully that leads to a Wale project. I can't wait to hear some new Wale, like some good, new, solid Wale. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Nas dropped a song, Times, with Steel Bangles and Sid Sharam. Oh my God, the Sid Sharam dude got vocals. Go listen to that. To me, that's one of the best hooks. Like, beside Morray, that Sid Sharam song with Nas is crazy. Nas definitely delivered a solid verse too. All right. Because of the hook, though, it's getting a lot of airtime from me. I ain't gonna lie. Playboy Cardi album, just touching back on that. You know, I tried it again, and I felt, I felt like Will Smith, like when Will Smith was like listening to it with old boy, like bro had the vein in his head. I just didn't want to say nothing bad about it, but oh man, it's like, what is that? You know, what is that? And like it's almost like people shouldn't even be able to make shit like that. It's just energy. Again, it's just all vibes, no energy, no depth, no storytelling, no spirit, no nothing. We got Toby Nwigwe with American. That was pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Let's bring up some lyrics for that one. Hey, Toby, he one of them dudes. Yeah, man. But bro said, man, I know Martin probably pissed. Niggas ain't keep the dream alive. When I pop it off, they send shots. So the block be sleep deprived. Put a beam of light between your eyes. You come for me and mine. Like, you know, I love it. I love it. And his cadence, his style, his content, you know, Toby, like it's like a nice little big five forming with the rappers that just cover all the boxes of storytelling, depth, artistic compression, bounce factor, verbal charisma, bar architecture, and stuff like that. Like, these are the dudes that's gonna be on the top of the game. And yeah, so like he part of that big five of the new dudes. You got like La Russell, you got Symba, Toby, and two other dudes that I can't think of right now. But like the real spitters, right? The new next generation of like spitters. Toby is dope. And I know he's been at it for a long time, but you know, so let's go ahead, move on. Oh man, Lecrae with that Heaven Sent joint, bro. What? This is, don't get me wrong, I don't dislike Christian rap, but to be honest, like sometimes the lyrical content of it just be a little boring or like dated. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just like they be trying to be too spiritual, too preachy, too judgmental sometimes. I think Lecrae hit something pretty dope with this verse in Heaven Sent because he made it sound cool, right? Like he had a bounce to it. The bounce factor was crazy, right? Bounce factor was crazy. Bro said, like, you know, I be good in every section. That's on God on the set. When they asked me where I'm from, I just said I'm from heaven. I was like, that's hard. That was hard. That sounded hard to me. That sounded cool. Like, bro, make this shit sound like dope. Like, you know, like add some flavor and some swag to it. Like, it don't gotta be like holier than thou, prayer dancing, you know, just depth, nothing else. Like, you know, like let's put some spirit into it, like, you know, and put some youth into it. So I think that's probably one of the things with Christian rap. But this is a song I would listen to. And to be honest, I wish Lecrae would have just had the whole joint. I ain't trying to shit on the other dude, but it was just that good that I wanted to hear more. I want to hear more of that. That could have been in my rotation. Okay. So that's how I felt about that one. Also, Ray Vaughn dropped Cemetery Lanterns. That was a hard one. If you grew up in gang culture or even adjacent to gang culture, then you know about all of the fades, the put-ons, the put-offs, the DPs, and all this. All this shit is like common knowledge and common terminology, but I swear, like, it's just now getting like that because of like platforms like No Jumper and shit like that. But bro, this was like the life, right? When you talk about '07, so like for me, right, outside since '07 to like 2014, partially. I'm a partially outside nigga, and yeah. And then it's like a lot of uncomfortable truths that the YNs need to hear, the young niggas of the day really need to hear. Like, it was something he said in this joint. Like, yeah, like this one's dope. Ooh, it was a lot. Ooh, dang. Ha, my little nigga, listen now, his time in the candlelight. They done kicked them shits over. Hope you mad in the afterlife. I'm staring at your body with your rag on your chest. Same one you bled for. Now you laying to rest. Stupid. What's the point of rep if you dead by summer? You think them niggas gonna love you like your mama or your brother? You think the hood gonna cry for you like your niece will? Your big homie cold if he telling you you should keep still, right? Like guns. Can't believe my brother got stretched out on the pavement, baited to be joining this gang shit. Say he a trophy, but he really gon' play it jaded. I mean, like, bro, this is crazy. And then somewhere he said, yo, your sister trying to hop up in the cat. Yeah, your daughter tried to get in your casket. She was hurt. I can't believe they put my brother on a shirt. Crazy verse. Like, crazy verse. I'm going to actually score this one, like this one right here. Storytelling, I'm going to get that one. I'm going to get that one. It was good, and it went places. I'm going to get that one like a 8.5. Depth, 8. Because I could feel it and I get it. I don't know. It ain't smacking me though. You know, it almost did though, but it ain't smacking me, but I felt it. Artistic compression, 8. Bounce factor, 8. Verbal charisma, 9. Bar architecture, 8. Solid song. That was a strong song. Yeah, I felt that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. Like a lot of uncomfortable truths right in that second verse, like I just said. Like that one, yeah. Matter of fact, let me go back. That depth, I'm gonna get a depth of 10. Like when I think about that second verse, that shit was crazy. And storytelling, we can get out of 9. You can just go ahead and bump them up a little bit. Because that second verse, those things he said in that second verse is so real. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Will Smith, based on a true story. Yo, all right, so let's go through it real quick. Lyrical content was very solid, all right? Very solid. Like intro with the barbershop, I thought that was dope. The barbershop one was dope, even like some of the visuals. But I ain't gonna lie to you. His songs was good, but you can tell that he was just now getting back into rap, and he's definitely rough around the edges. I felt that for the first beginning songs. I'll listen to it again. Maybe my mind might change, but it almost felt like he was a little foreign. Like I'm trying to get back into it. You looking for me, Rave in a Wasteland, Bulletproof. Those couple songs is like, Hard Times is solid with Tiana Taylor. Beautiful Scars is where I was like, okay, you know, with Big Sean, I was hard. Tantrum, going back and forth with Joyner Lucas, that was hard. I give him that one. That one was hard. I can see though, like in this album, he was pushing himself, right, to present the best version of him in a way that's like meant to be an example of like persistence, right? Of like pushing for your dreams, being the best that you can be, all of that type of stuff. And yeah, like Beautiful Scars, You Can Make It. I was listening to that last year. He dropped that as a single. That was fire. That was one of my favorite singles of the year last year. Work of Art was fire. He actually kind of bodied Russ on there. But yeah, Work of Art is his best verse on the whole joint. You Can Make It was one of the most powerfulest ones. Tantrum is hard, just a dope ass track, just depth, all of that type of stuff. And what I like most about listening to the album as a whole, like it was a movie. And for it to be a movie and it's Will Smith was like double as good. I love that, you know, and the movie kind of ends with you going to church. So that was dope, right? It felt like a movie. As you listen to it track by track by track, felt like a movie. And I wish we could get back to listening to albums like that. But I think Will need to be just a little bit more edgy. Like he needs to be edgy and talk about that uncomfortable shit that he wrote in his book. Like, I think if his next album is like that and he got a picture of himself as a baby, like with the family, mom and dad, I think that go far. I think that album is going to be the one that he really is going to take him to that place. Is going to take him to that place where he now, like he dominated the movie and film game, and in that aspect, he's going to, I guess, dominate rap in just that little slither of time and stuff. I don't think he can grow to be just this humongous dude or whatever. He have to talk about some shit in them songs and make it sound crazy. So. Yeah, but yeah, that would be some good energy and messaging to shake stuff up. And then y'all, man, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this Music Monday, y'all. I appreciate y'all for listening and vibing with me. Please, like and subscribe if this was interesting to you. If some of my takes on music was interesting. I actually really like to talk about music, and that's really one of the biggest reasons why I even started doing Music Mondays is because I love hip hop music, and I really listen. Like, I really listen and decode this, and I really enjoy it, like as an art form. It's like literally listening to picture, like, how people look at art and like they really look and gaze at it and think about it and analyze. Like, that's how I listen to music, and so like I love to talk about it. And, sometimes I don't have folks to talk about it with. So, like, why not put it out there for the people and, like, we have a discussion? Like, I want you, like, tell me what take you didn't like, what take that you love. What's your take on some of these things? And if I see it, I definitely will discuss with you because this is something that I'm passionate about. So, if you want to see more of this, please subscribe, share it with your homies or whatever. And without further ado, y'all, peace.